Jury selection begins today in the first trial in the Georgia election interference case. Lawyer Kenneth Cheeseborough is the first one to go on trial. In total, 19 people are facing charges, including former President Donald Trump. Our 90s legal analyst Whitney Traylor here with us this morning to help us break down what happened. So Whitney, the trial was supposed to begin actually for Trump's campaign lawyer, Sidney Powell. Yeah. She ended up pleading guilty to some lesser charges. Tell us a bit about her plea deal.
Yeah, so the plea deal, this is really interesting. This is bombshell news because she was the strongest election denier, and up until even Tuesday of this week, she was posting on Twitter about it was a fraud. Yet Thursday, she turns around and she actually admits. So what she is agreeing to is she's accepted a plea for 6 counts of misdemeanor conspiracy to commit intentional interference with the performance of election duties. So what that entails is she's going to have 6 years of probation. She's going to have to pay a $6,000 fine, restitution of $2,700. This one's funny. She has to write an apology letter to the citizens of Georgia. That might be appropriate. But importantly, she has to cooperate and testify truthfully and provide documents in future trials. So those other 18 defendants, including former President Trump, are, I'm sure, very nervous about this.
Yeah, this is a really big deal. And the deal was actually reached, like you mentioned, the day before her trial was supposed to start. That timing is relevant. It feels relevant.
Oh, it's relevant because it's interesting because her and Kenneth Cheeseborough wanted, they actually wanted their speedy trial. So that's why everybody else wanted theirs delayed. And so right on the eve of trial, she settles. And that could be for a number of reasons. And I've had cases, many cases settle right on the eve of trial. One of them that comes to mind, the jury was getting assembled, and we went outside in the hallway and settled it. And it's so intense. There's so much at stake, and so people, it's like kind of a come to Jesus opportunity. So I think what happened is she realized that what she was looking at, and so she took this deal.
So I want to ask the question that's on everybody's mind right now is how her plea deal is going to affect Donald Trump's trial, the other defendants' trials.
Oh, I think that's going to be significant. And in particular, there was a meeting December 18th of 2020. And that was a meeting where apparently some of the top aides almost came to blows because they were talking about these kind of cockamamie ideas to implement martial law and to seize certain voting machines and call in the National Guard. And they were actually kicking these things around. She was at that meeting, and so she also has significant evidence related to that, documentary evidence. So these are things that are going to be highly relevant in other people's trials, and so now she's agreeing to cooperate. So she's a state witness.
I was going to say, could she be called to testify in any of these trials?
And I would expect her to as well. So this is going to be, I mean, this is when I say like bombshell, significant, earth-shattering, I don't know what other adjectives we could think of, but this is very significant because you have to think about, and I mean, this goes out to the election deniers who are saying, no, this didn't happen. All the situations where we have actual evidence in courts of law or whatever, it all shows that there was no widespread fraud. And so she brought a number of cases that were deemed frivolous. She's now admitting guilt, admitting that, hey, I participated in this and that there was no widespread fraud. You look at the Dominion Fox settlement where Fox actually also had to admit these things. So these people, and there was one other defendant, the bail bondsman, he also agreed to testify for the prosecution. So, I mean, for people who are saying, no, there was fraud, all the places where there's actual evidence, courts looking at this has just ruled, no, there was no election fraud. So I don't know, I just want to give that message to the election deniers.
So what happens next, Whitney?
Yeah, so next, the rest of the cases are going forward. Now, what's going to be interesting is if Kenneth Cheeseborough, his case is supposed to start on Monday. If he doesn't settle, then this is actually may give President Trump, former President Trump, and the other defendants an opportunity to see how they do their defense. And so it will kind of give them a playbook, see how the prosecution's going to prosecute. So that will give them an advantage. But we still have, 18 other defendants to go. So there's going to be presumably some trials, but probably more plea deals.
All right, Whitney, well, we'll have to have you back as this, of course, continues to develop and so we can get a better understanding of everything. We appreciate you, my friend.